All right, people, I had a whole bunch of footage of a really cool install on top of a hotel in Dallas, and yeah, I lost it all, so sorry. That's just the way it works sometimes, I guess. But today's gonna be rather boring. Well, hopefully the whole day is not boring. The first part of this day is definitely gonna be boring. Getting stuck on this ladder. It's cold, it's wet. I think the rain has pretty much stopped for the day. I hope so, because the units that I'm working on are way over yonder. Yep. Lovely climb, lovely climb. Look at this step too. She's long. So this is a new construction. Well, we say new construction. It's a remodel. They're using 9 of the existing units, and then we added 3. Actually 4. So 3 RTUs and 1 mini split. And today I'm supposed to be doing a startup on the new ones. Well, the mini split doesn't have a comm cable. They're still waiting on it. Hopefully somebody else does that, because I don't like mini splits at all. I get the concept, and I get the application. They are necessary. I just don't like them. Yeah. Got this like it's like my little red-headed stepchild. I don't like them. But as we gaze upon our units here, I did an inspection on all of the existing units last week. There are 9. Of the 9 units existing, 6 of them have religious heat exchangers. What do I mean by religious? They're holy. Heat exchangers are bad in 6 of these. So I don't know who's gonna flip the bill on that one, but that one's not gonna be a cheap one. I think me and one other guy can probably knock all 6 out in one day. Problem is getting the parts from Carrier, because heat exchangers are, well, a lot of things are hard to come by. So here's our brand new fellas here. 1, 2, 3. There are no thermostats connected to these. Look, broken drain pan. We had like 80-mile-an-hour winds not too long ago, and all these blocks to the drain line, it's like they blew over, and that one probably caused that to break off. So when your drain threaded end, see, when it breaks like that, there's nothing you could do but replace on the drain pan. Hopefully this is an easy one to replace. Let's see here. Probably take out these 3 panels on the bottom, and it should, if Trane was nice to us, slide right on out. Should be able to slide a new one right on in. We're gonna start today with this one. I'm gonna show one, because, you know, honestly, it's monotonous. Y'all don't want to see all this, and I'm trying to figure out a way to shorten my videos, especially these boring ones. I didn't bring the 100-pound bag today. I brought the little one, and then of course my trusty impact and some hydration. Hydration is important. So I was not provided with a startup sheet. It is 55 degrees outside, so checking pressures is going to be well, it's just dumb in my opinion. Normally you'll have a startup sheet provided, which will give you, hey, what is this amp, what is that amp, you know, voltage here, voltage there, blah blah blah. Since these have never been started up, the first thing I'm going to do is check my incoming power at the disconnect, make sure we got the right voltage, because if we don't, well, I'll just take my happy butt right back over there and get off the roof. Tell the electricians they're gonna have to figure it out, get the right stuff up here. But normally they ain't wrong. Electricians are usually pretty good about, you know, making sure they got the right stuff going to the right place at the right time. As far as the breakers go, I'm not even going to look at those. That is not... If they have the breakers wrong, well, they probably need to just go ahead and get new electricians. Because, look, a retainer. Man, you never find those anywhere. I wonder what that guy came off of. I don't know, these come in handy. That's going in the pocket. Oh, the never-ending pocket of stuff. All right, first off, what is this? How many voltages, how many phases? Okay, blah, blah, no one cares. 460 volt, 3-phase. Okay. 460 volt, 3-phase. Let's see. There's no telling where the incoming goes because they both come in and out of the same hole. So we're gonna go to the top. Usually your incoming power is at the top. And we got 490. That's a little much, but I think we're gonna be all right. 493 and 490. Okay, so when you check phases, all right, phase checking 101, you're gonna check 2, then you're gonna check the next one, then you're gonna check, then again, basically you're gonna make sure you check 2, but every combination of the 2, and you should have around about the same voltage. What I usually do also is I check the ground. Let me find a good, oh look, a self-tapper. They left a self-tapper in there. I don't even care. There's usually supposed to be a ground and a disconnect. See, a ground runs to the disconnect, but she ain't connected to nothing. You know, I didn't see that. There's a good ground. Oops, wrong side. Check each one leg to ground. There's 280. 282 and 284. So I'm okay. I'm gonna roll with those numbers. The next thing I want to do is pop open this here panel. I'm not gonna wrap that up like I always do. Not today, Junior. Not today. So, electric heat. Okay, let me burn that off today. Give them the guys inside a quick breath of fresh air. What's in this box? Let's see. Probably a contactor. There's some electronics and whatnot. Yeah, there's a contactor. Contactor, terminal board, and a transformer. Not the one that's more than meets the eye. Single phase or single stage. I think this is a how many tons? Got the data tag right here. There's your model number. Wow, might have to actually goober that one. I'm not going to goober that. We're just going to move along with this. Hey, look. Just in case y'all didn't know. There you go. Now you know. These trains have this cool little test unit. This little... Look at that. As soon as I say some crap, this one doesn't have it. They would normally have a terminal that says test. And you could test stage 1, stage 2, economizer, heat, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I guess they don't like us on that one. I don't know. Maybe they're changing it with these new ones. Maybe test is something different. Maybe I read. Yes, I'm capable of reading, contrary to popular belief. I didn't bring my reading glasses, but I can kind of see. Yeah, she ain't got no tests on her. I don't know why they left that out on this one. That kind of sucks. So I'm gonna have to manually jumper these things. But we got the W, the Y, the R, the G. Nothing should happen right now. That's good enough. It's cold outside. Just do this to cover the condenser so you don't have too much of a climb in head pressure. Basically, simple, guys, simple. Does she turn on? That's going to be number one. Number two is look, wires. What does that say? Juice wire has been shipped from the factory in a disconnected state. Wire must be connected on both ends if using the crankcase heater option. In Texas, we don't necessarily need a crankcase heater. It's not a bad idea. It's not gonna hurt it by any means. It's not gonna hurt it. Stop doing stuff. It won't get in place. Stop it. What I want to do is find the blower wires, which seem to be right chaw and right chaw. So the blower ones is going to be, the blower ones are going to be brown, red, blue. Oh, look at that. You pull the paper away, you get another contactor. That's my blower. That's one. No one reads you anyway. Someone in about 30 years is going to read that. Look, there's nothing attached to this limit switch. Huh. I'll be darned. Wonder if that's going to... I don't know if it's going to do anything or not. Why is it there? Is it an outdoor ambient temperature? It just doesn't... I don't know. I don't... These are supposed to come all connected. But Trane said, nope. You're going to have to do it today. I don't know what is... I don't know. Maybe I'll Google that. I don't know. Not worried about it right this second. What I do want to do is we're going to set some jumpers up. I'm going to do the blower first. Since nothing else is connected, it shouldn't give for a call anything other than what I ask it to. And what I want to get is a start amp, and I want to get a run amp. And I want to make sure it's going the right direction since this is 3-phase. So R, it's easier to go on the backside. And then G is your blower. G, good. This black one right here. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this other one open because, like I said, I want to make sure it's going the right direction. That's first things first, you know. The phases may not be right. In which case your compressor is going to go backwards. She went first. All right. See this little sign there says rotation, arrows pointing that way. So we want to see it go like this when we engage it. So I'm going to take my jumpers off actually right now. And I'm just going to push the contactor in real fast. Make sure she's turning the right direction. And let's see what happens when we fire it off. Push the contactor in with something completely unsafe, like a screwdriver. Screwdrivers and electricity get along perfectly fine, you know. There's my, it's got good plastic so I don't die. I'm just gonna pop it. That was a condenser fan motor. That is not a blower. Maybe it's this one on the top. Yep, that's it. And she's going the right way. All right. I put this panel back on because I don't want to be sucking this air in there. And all right. Now, I know the top one's my blower. Top one's what I'm going to do first. Get my jumpers on here. We're going to do start amp and run amp. We're going to do the same thing for the compressor in a little while. But I want the blower running while the compressor's running. Oh, see, there she goes. I didn't get a start amp or run amp because I'm an idiot and I forgot that I had the dadgum power on. So don't be an idiot, guys. How about that? You like that? Did I turn it off? No, I didn't. I can turn it off. Come on. They left zero room for an amp clamp. That's super awesome, man. Let me tell you how happy that makes me. Where does this wire go to? Where do they go down? That one goes, that one does go down. This one, come on, I just need to get one of them. That's not it. Is that it? That's not it. That's not it. What in the world is going on here? That one curls back. Look, guys, I know which wires it is, okay? Don't give me a hard time. I know what's going on here. Come on. I think it's these guys. Goes into this guy, which is a maybe a motor starter. My boy. Make sure that wire's the right one. There's no reason to have this many dead gum. Yep, that's it. All right. Okay. Finally. Let's get her on that leg there. I'm gonna put this thing on right here, and we're gonna hit the power and just watch her. Oop. Seven start amps, 1.7 run amps, which is actually beautiful. I don't have a notebook or anything like that. I just kind of like text myself these notes. So I'll take a picture of the model and serial number and put all these notes in on it and then send it, and then I'll do that over and over again. Blower 7.4. Start amps. Now we're down to 1.6. 1.6 run. Oops. Amps. Okay. Then next we'll do the compressor. So we're gonna leave our blower running. We'll come over here to L compressor. That's Espanola. Let's see. Yeah. Get in. Don't shock. We don't want the shocks. Get on us. Got it. Don't worry, guys. I've got it. And it gets cold outside. These little skirt thingies here, man, they're a little tough to work. With the little beak out. Beak. Gotta get the little beak out. So, since we got no Y2, and there's nothing on Y1. Yeah, there is. It's all the way at the back. This will be interesting. So I expect this usually to start off really fast. I'm gonna try and get on this thing since... Oh, man, that alligator clip is tight. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, it is. It's gonna have to work. Probably gonna start right off pretty quick, so I gotta make sure and I get it clamped right the first time so it doesn't chatter. No, I didn't say shatter. I said chatter. Oh. Ready? Watch the amps. I can't see it do these at the same time. Oh, it didn't just start right off. I stand corrected. Maybe it's in a delay. Theoretically, I should have 24 volts to that contactor. But that does go... Where does it go? It goes up, over yonder, through pressure switches and whatnot. There's no economizer on this thing, so that shouldn't be a problem. Which I think it's code. We're gonna leave that alone. I just, want it to turn on. So, go. Roar. It's not going. Can't just push the contactor in because the condenser fan's not going to come on. Because I would call that a engineering flaw. Yeah, that's what I would call that. Because if you have something go wrong with your 24 volts to your condenser fan motor contactor, then you lose the condenser fan motor and you start tripping out on high head pressure. Just an extra component. I like putting the condenser fan motor on the same contactor as the compressor if you have a single stage. Two stage, much different, because then you go into, do both stages share the same condenser section? Or they have their own condenser section? And that's where you might need the fans to come on at the right time. What's this wire doing? It's just laying there. That's literally just laying there. No, it's not. That's connected to something. That's got to be pressure switches right there. I'm not getting voltage. This is why we do startups, guys. This is why we do startups. Because, you know, sometimes it don't work. So, get my flucometer here. Put it on. It's a good magnet. Put it on V option. Get a good scratchy ground and check R. Oh, 26 volts. Check Y. I'm getting 26 volts. So, here's what we're going to do today. We are going to follow. It goes to here. Tell me it goes to here and loops back. Because that's a complete, total waste of life right there. Where does it go? Surely that does not go. Why? It's the yellow. Definitely does not go. No, unless this is. Yeah, I should have 24 volts theoretically right here. When you check these back coil voltage, man, gotta make sure you don't touch anything else. Because if you arc the high and the low with your leads, you done messed up. And you're either going to backfeed a bunch of high voltage into low voltage things that are not supposed to get that, or you're just going to burn up a contactor, and you got to buy new leads. So yeah, don't do that. Save the battery, because I'm missing voltage somewhere. My hands are getting cold. My head's getting cold too, but for you guys, I'm you know, not wearing a beanie, so I can wear this hat thing. I'm gonna have to cut some zip ties. I gotta find out where this is going and what's stopping it, because there might be an economizer bypass. Ah! Look, guys, said we didn't have an economizer. I think we have an economizer, and that will always, well, if it's working right, it will hold out your Y if it's cold outside, which it is. That's why I don't like doing startups in the cold. Yep, there she is. And it's definitely more than 10% open, so I don't like that. Sucking water in. I don't like that either. There's a problem with the economizer, but I can't let all this water get sucked in there. So I got a problem. I need to pull off my blower. God, I hate doing this stuff in the cold. All right. There's no economizer bypass harness. Should be. New units come with one. Somebody probably looked at it and said, "Hey, what is this thing?" And then, you know, do it off in the distance. So, otherwise I would just bypass the economizer. I can't do that today. I can not do much of anything. What I'm going to do to make sure the compressors are working properly is I'm going to jump R straight to the contactor for the compressor. Yeah, highly ill-advised, but let's turn this thing off and I'll show you what I mean. So my Y1 here, I'm going to take directly over to my contactor coil voltage for the compressor. Right? What was that? Why did a wire nut fall off? Why is that wire nutted? Trane? Why is it wire nutted, Trane? Where does it even go? What is it? Something's bypass. What does it come from? Is that there's no telling what this rat's nest is. Oh, it goes to that terminal board. It's just a common. Why did they cap off a common. There's no friggin' voltage on a common. It's not like it's gonna arc anything out. Anyway, let's see what's going on here. This thing's gonna kick on immediately. So I gotta look at this amps right away and go. 9, 10, we're increasing. Blower just kicked on. Start amps was only 9, which is very odd. I would expect it to be 15 to 18 and then drop. So start amps was 9, then it climbed to 10, and now we're down to 9.2. I'll type that in my notes. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to go ahead and jump out heat. Shouldn't have a problem with heat. If we do, we've got a problem with the economizer and it ain't working right. Someone didn't plug something in right, or something didn't happen. So yeah, in the heat mode, look, this is gas heat. What does that do? That's a transformer. I've never seen that kind of transformer before. You guys probably know. I don't. I don't know why. Oh, I might know why. Because the other components in this might not be 460 volts. They might be 208 volts, so you would need a transformer to take your 460 to 208. I have seen that before. That's probably what's going on here. And normally we'll tell you the step down on the yep, sure is. It's 240, so it's going to take your 460 down to 240. So that 240 can be either single phase or 3-phase. This specific transformer will take it down to single phase. I don't think this one will do 3-phase. Don't know. You probably do. That's okay. That's okay. Let's get a screw in that thing, because I'm done in this compartment. Ooh, don't overdo it, you know, on them screws. Take a look at this economizer real quick. We're gonna see. She opened back up. Whenever we started it, it came down to right about here. All right, the economizer is basically a way to save energy and blah blah blah. So when it's cold outside, if you're calling for cool, it'll open up a damper, close the return, open a damper, and suck in the air from the outside. Only bad thing about that is on a day like today, it's like 1,000,000% humidity, and you're taking all that through your coil. Some of it's not going to get caught in the coil, and you're going to create some humidity inside. I'm not a fan of economizers. Why? Because sometimes they lock everything up. They're not hard to install. The economizers that I like are the ones that you just like manually open. Like, okay, here's about where I want it to be, and you walk away. You ain't got to worry about the electronics and blah blah blah, time savers, blah blah blah, money savers. They're not time savers, I can tell you that. Look at that sensor, it's just popped right on out. So this is the outdoor ambient temperature sensor. I don't know if you can, maybe I'm not even looking. You see that? That's it. So it goes boom outside, which comes up underneath here. I can probably feel it. Yep, there it is. And there's a nipple on the back side of it. I can't. It's supposed to be pinched on both sides, and it's definitely not. But Matthew, what are you doing? No, fine. Let's see if I can show you. Can you see it? Can you see the sensor? Because I can't point right now. Okay, there you go. Okay. Now that Nice and dizzy. All the blood rushing to my head, and now it's going away. Everything in here looks like it's hooked up correctly. Got a thermostat here. That is probably the thermostat that is going to control. Look, that goes straight into the evaporator coil. Huh. That's interesting. Because that is wired. That is wired across. That is very interesting. What does that do? I'm here doing a startup, okay? I ain't trying to learn. I'll learn this stuff later. You know when? I'll learn it whenever I gotta fix it. So I can guarantee you one thing. That thermostat is a refrigeration style thermostat. And they don't last. It'll last a few years. This thing's only gonna be covered for one. Where are my screws at? Oh my goodness. I got two here, but I need... Hey, look at that one. Went way over there. Huh. Get on the thing there. And zip. Alright, so we're going to check the gas heat. I'm glad it has gas heat, because gas heat is easy. Super duper easy. And that's also going to make the guys inside a little bit happy when they feel a little burst of nice warm air come in. Alright, first thing. We ain't got gas. Gosh. I wonder if we got gas pressure. I wonder if they got the meter on. Well, I guess there's one way to find out. We got the thing. Got a regulator on this thing. That's interesting. Don't normally see those. Got the two little that go straight up. Could open those up. Yeah, I can open this side up. I can open that up. I didn't bring wrenches. Did I bring a wrench? Oh, I hope I brought a wrench. I did not expect to be opening gas pipes up. I'm gonna have to walk across the sea and down the never-ending ladder to get a freaking wrench. I highly doubt needle nose pliers are gonna work on this application. Highly doubt that. Should we try? Sure, why not? Maybe this guy will get on there too. I don't know. The first one's right here. We can go ahead and open this one. Alright. Hope the main... I don't even know if the main gas is open. I don't see any other... There's a regulator right there. I don't see any other places that... really doubt they have gas service. That's not going to work. Let's see if this is going to work. It depends on how tight it is. So it looks like we're going to go to the truck and get a wrench. That's what it looks like today. I won't bore you with that part. I'll be back. And when I come back, I'll explain gas heat. It's really easy. Better than getting one wrench, getting two. You might need a backer. This guy is really cool. So I don't know who makes it. Let's see here. Max Power. It's probably the cheapest one I could find, but it's got a thing here, you know, that thing, and it's got a hammer thing. It hammers. So it's a hammer. It is a wrench. It's actually a hammer too. Most people hammer with their wrenches anyway, because it's the closest thing. This one's a hammer, crescent wrench, nail puller, and a crowbar. Man, you can't get any better than that. And it's very convincing whenever I want to open something or close something. Or I could beat on something. Ugh. There's that one. All right, so I'm gonna pop this. She's got a drip leg over there. So I'm gonna pop this and we're gonna see if we get gas. We got pressures. There's a little bit of water in there, and I don't, well, I hate to do it, bleed water into it. Let's not do that yet. I don't want that water falling in the gas pipe. Water and gas, it's just probably not a good of the fittings. Hopefully they've been pressure tested. Okay, that one might need some more convincing. These Pro Press on these. I'm not a plumber, so I don't know about the why. Maybe the big guy. And this is my little big guy. I didn't even bring the big guy. Let me see if this one's convincing enough. I don't want to break the pipe, because that would be bad. That would be very bad. Okay, that one sucked. My gosh, there's no reason to have one that tight. Okay, so I highly doubt they purged, because why would they? They're plumbers. Nothing against plumbers, but their job is to set this stuff up per code and regulation. I don't think code says you have to have 47 valves, you know. I don't think it says that, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna pop this union just a little bit. Look, that is a limit switch just hanging there. When converting unit downflow, blah blah blah, we don't have to convert. This is an RTU. All right, let me get this opened up a little more. Get over there. Is that opening? Yeah, it is. All right, is that the right way? Yeah, it is. This is what I meant when I said I was going to need a backer. They put this on with channel locks. I could see all the gouges. Use the right tool. You know, makes the future much more serviceable. And apparently they used He-Man to get this thing on. I'm going to put my backer on the backside. Backer on the backside. Because I'm turning the whole thing and I don't want to do that. It's just going to make my wrenching a lot more difficult. There it goes. Once you get it a little bit loose, it's fine. Get off there. So we're going to see or hear and smell as we start to loosen this slowly. I hear, so I'm gonna let it bleed. It's just slowly bleeding. Oof, now I can smell it. Okay, so now we can shut her down. That's purged, you know, per code. Dang, that's some strong gas. All right, that's about as good as you need it. Gas valve's on. Now we're ready to fire. Finally, ready to fire. Where'd my other jumpers go? Did I stick them in my pocket? Oh, they're right there. They've already got the things pulled out on them. So, when you're testing on heat is your W. This one's only got a W1, one stage of heat. I said I was going to lessen you real quick. May have already done this in a previous video, but whatever. Let's do it again. You don't have to jump out your G, which is your blower, when you test on your heat, because the control board, this heat board right here, should control the blower. Should. So that is a part of our test. And there are a sequence of events that have to happen in order for your heat to work. Number one, call. It's got to get 24 volts saying, hey, I want heat. Sends 24 volts over to your control board here. Your control board will then go through your safeties. Make sure your safeties aren't open. There's a high limit, which is usually, it's going to be in the box. It'll be in the blower, probably straight down in the compartment where the heat exchanger is. And then you got a rollout switch, normally, which is, yep, there it is right there. I don't know if you can see that rollout switch. That's if the flame rolls up, it'll kill the unit. And then it'll tell the inducer motor to come on. The inducer motor provides a draft for the heat exchanger, so that you have airflow in the correct direction and the flame goes in the correct direction. Then it'll blow out here. Then you have a proof switch, which is this guy right here. There's a little diaphragm in there, this hose that's attached, that will basically prove that the inducer is running. Okay, when it says yep, we're running, then this will send power to your gas valve. At the same time, it will send power to your igniter. This igniter is a spark igniter. There are two different kinds that I've seen. Okay, you got your spark igniter, which is pretty, self-explanatory. It sparks and, makes the flame. Or there's a hot surface igniter, which basically is it just gets really hot, starts glowing, and finally it's hot enough to catch the gas on fire. I don't like hot surface igniters. They're very brittle. They're inefficient, and they don't, like, if they just start, with a little less glow, then it won't light off, and then it'll cause your board to air out. Everyone's unhappy. Anyway, enough of that. Let's check our sequence, make sure we're doing all right. We know we got step 1 already done, right? And here we go. We got a call. So what we should hear happen next is we should have, hearing clicks. There's my inducer. We should get flame and sparks here really quick after the proof switch proves airflow. Relatively speaking, really quick. There we go. Spark and flame. Okay, what I should have done was burn that off. So what I'm going to do is kill it and then burn it off. Hindsight, guys. Hindsight. All right. You want to burn off your brand new heat exchangers. That was dumb. That was dumb of me. This is a big panel. Because what this is going to do is going to blow a whole bunch of smoke inside, and everyone's going to go, it's so gross in here. If there's any kind of fire system that's active right now, it's probably going to go off. Then I'm probably going to get off early today if that happens. And, probably not even be able to come in tomorrow. So, yeah, we don't want that to happen. Peel it off this seal here. Make sure you don't break the seal. And I use this panel to cover my, wow, that's not gonna work, bro. It's not, it's too big. It's too big. It's not gonna be able to cover the supply. So they're gonna get some smoke inside because I don't have anything on this roof that can cover that supply. Wow, Trane. If they had just made it more narrow, that's, most of it's going to come outside, hopefully. Guess we'll see. I don't have a panel that I can put on that. Something more narrow. I mean, that'll cover part of it. This one will, maybe. We'll give it a shot. Get over here. We'll see if I can just get most of it covered. I want to try and direct the airflow outside. Let's see if this one will cover it. Oh, look, that's going to open the other side of the blower, so it's not even going to be pulling from the inside. Hey, hi, what's up? We're going to get most of it covered up. And hopefully we can direct that airflow outside. And hopefully this doesn't fall into the return, or the supply. She's probably pretty deep. We're going to go ahead and turn it sideways like this. I might even hold her in place right off the bat. All right, let's turn it on. Turn it on and burn it off. And I'm gonna hold this so that I know that it is not going to fall into the return. I'm probably gonna get a good old nice puff of smoke right in the old snout. I don't know how strong that blower is going to be. Maybe I'll move to the side. Broken drain pan. Somebody done messed up. You know, you don't have to put pipe dope on drain lines, guys. I mean, it doesn't hurt. It's not gonna hurt anything. It's just not necessary. That thing's getting hot now. You can hear it. Tink, 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 tink. And the blower, there's some smoke already. Let it come on out. The blower should kick on any second now. Yeah! Oh, that is a blower right there. My gosh. She means business. I do feel like I have to hold this in place. So I'm not going to bore you with this part because I'm going to sit here for about 5 minutes and, you know, maybe get warm or something. And I'll come back to you in a minute. Is this on or did I just turn it on? Oh, it's on now. Alright. So, heat works. We don't know if cool's going to work. I got to put that in my notes. Got to come out here whenever it's actually warm enough that the economizer will let it go into cooling mode and not sit there and try to suck in cold air from outside. So the economizer works, I can tell you that. This is going to get written up as okay, you know, because that's factory right there. Make sure I put in my notes, you know, needs drain pan. I'm gonna leave this on for a minute with those guys inside getting nice and get a little breath of nice warm air, and they're in there freezing. And right up, heating works, cooling locked out due to economizer, needs drain pan. Move on to those other two that I'm not going to bore you with because I'm going to literally do the exact same thing. And that's probably going to be it for this one. Had some cool refrigeration calls the last couple days, but guess what? That, you know, stayed at the house. I forgot it. All right, I forget things sometimes. I get in these refrigeration calls and I'm like, dang it, forgot my. It's okay, you're gonna get some. All right, it's gonna get hot outside eventually, hopefully sooner than later, because I despise the cold. And we're gonna have some, you know, some compressors blowing out and all kinds of cool stuff to do. So stay tuned. Hey, those that like, I appreciate the likes. I know that you see your YouTubers saying that all the time, you know, the like and follow thing, but it actually helps us. So if you halfway like this, you know, more than 50%, no, 50 or higher, go ahead and hit that one. And if you want to see more of this boring crap, then subscribe, and we'll see you next time.